Guess where we are? Our favorite place.
Can I get a small strawberry classic shake, please? Fudge.
What else can I eat for you?
And a medium Sonic Blast with Reese's, please.
Can I get you anything else?
That'll do it. Cheers.
Cheers.
Whoa.
I have the Hulk-like strength now. I've got testosterone flowing through my body.
Hulk smash. Yeah, well, you're growing a nice, strong son, and today we want to talk about how we want to raise our son, which, to be honest, we have no idea. It's all just like a learning experience.
Yeah, and I'm sure that... No, not I'm sure. I know that it's going to change when he gets here.
Yeah.
Our parenting style, our ideas, our thoughts are all going to change and evolve as he grows and as we grow and as we get the hang of it. But we thought that we would just kind of share with you what we're feeling in this moment before we go into parenting him.
So what's your parenting style?
I don't know if we'll have one, like an exact one. We've been watching The Parent Test on Hulu, and they show you about like 12 different parenting styles, and I really think that like the phrase take what you like and leave what you don't is like kind of what I'm going for after watching this show. Like I really like some things that like this disciplined family is doing and some things that like this free range family is doing, and then just like leaving what I don't. So I think our parenting style would be like a blend.
It reminds me of when I was doing coaching, and coach used to say tabula rasa, which means blank slate. So it's kind of like show up with a blank slate and not really have any like necessary intentions, but more of like adapt to what the kid is.
Yeah. That's
Adapt
so
to
true.
him.
Yeah. I think that's a great word. I think being open-minded and learning to adapt is so important in life in general, but then parenting.
Yeah, and I really want to pay attention to like embracing his curiosity and just like following his thoughts. Like I was on a walk and there was a little boy who was saying to his mom like, "Oh, look at the wizard in the tree," and she's like, "There's no wizard." I'd be like, "Whoa, look at that! Is that thing throwing fireballs?"
So just fostering his childhood
Yeah.
and imagination.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that.
I don't know if that's really a parenting style, but just
I think it's a way of parenting.
something you're good
Yeah.
at too.
The imagination.
Yeah, I think something that I really want to pay attention to is like not making our kids think that we're perfect and that we don't have flaws, because we do have flaws and we're not perfect. So it's like hearing, "Hey, I'm sorry, I made a mistake," me saying that to you or me saying that directly to our son.
Yes. Saying you're sorry is such a hard thing for humans to do, and I'm wondering if it's because like it's just not normalized in society. Like it's more like you feel ashamed, that emotion, but by showing your children that you can be sorry to each other or sorry to them, and that, like you said, you're not perfect,
Yeah.
is like going to help them when they're adults in every situation, work,
Yeah.
relationships. So I love that too.
And then I think you've mentioned before, like being cognizant of flaws that we have, like what you were saying last night. You can elaborate.
Oh, yes, this literally happened last night. We've recently been feeling just burnt out with cooking food. We complain about it every night when we have to start making dinner. And I paused last night and I was like, we need to change our mentality when the baby comes. Like, even from the start. Like, we need, if a goal of our family is to have family dinners every night and make cooking something that we want to do, like, together as a family, as a bonding experience, like, it has to start with us, and we have to
trying
change
to
our
rush through
mentality.
it and everything.
Yes, because that's all we want to do now. It made me realize that if we want something in our family, we have to be the change, and we have to be the example
Yeah.
for how they view it, how we view it.
I feel like I'm starting to realize that no one has it figured out. Everyone's just guessing and wandering, but some people are just better at guessing and wandering than others. Another thing that I want to be aware of is just not reliving my glory days. And it kind of touches on the curiosity a little bit. Just accepting him for who he is and not for what I want him to be. So like, yeah, we have these family values that we say we want to portray or instill, but it's also like seems like there's an interesting line that we have to walk of accepting him and and the values that we have. So
Yeah, that's true.
I like keep coming back to that. Is it right for me to say that I have family values that I want to instill in him? Or is it more right for me to like just accept him and for who he is and just, so I don't know that.
Well, I think values are like guideposts.
Yeah.
And like kids love structure. Kids love when they know that a parent is in charge.
Mm-hmm.
And so by having family values, I feel like that is the like where we can like, it's like our guiding points too.
It's like bumpers.
Yeah, like bumpers. Like we know that like if we're in a situation where it's like a very teachable moment, we go back to our pillars. We go back to our values and be like, okay, am I going to teach him this point? Or am I just going to be like, well, he's like that. So I think that it's important to have, but I think that maybe teaching it or saying it in a way that he would absorb.
Well said.
Thank
Good
you.
job.
Thank you. I think it comes down to like learning styles too. We'll learn how he likes to be taught. I am compliment, then you tell me what I could do better, and then compliment again. Like
compliment sandwich.
The sandwich. Where like you might be just better off like I just need it straightforward. Yeah. And so we'll see what he's like and then adjust like how we teach him lessons.
Speaking of values, a few things that we want to instill in him are confidence. So realizing that he can do anything that he sets his mind to and just like not really having a fear of rejection. I think I battle a bit with like fear of rejection and fear of failure, but I'd want him to not. So it's like there's a balance there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's all boiled down to confidence. Confident man. I feel confident in myself, but I still battle those fears. What else?
Love.
Love, yes.
Ryan, if you've watched our other videos, Ryan's word is love. He thinks that that's the meaning of life, which I agree on, but he's very, very passionate about it. So we want to instill love.
I am love.
Make sure that he feels really loved by us, that he loves others, that he feels like he loves
trees.
Yeah. I was like looking around. I was like, the nature.
No, it's like in mastery of love. Happiness is the result of love coming out of you. And I can't think of anything else that like makes someone happy other than just them emitting love. And everyone just wants love. That's it.
That's true.
If you really boil down someone's desires. So yeah, love.
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 Another one is respect.
Yep.
We definitely want him to respect not only his elders.
Respect his mama.
Yeah, that's true. But we also want to show him respect. We don't want to just like ask for respect because we're older. So. Exactly. And not really give him a reason to respect us. So we want to show respect, but also him to respect us as well.
And another is vulnerability, I guess, would be summarized as, but like feeling his feelings, which is something I think, again, me personally, I didn't do for a long time.
Until recently.
Yeah, until like our wedding, I feel like.
No, you were feeling emotional and vulnerable before.
I was, yeah, but I feel like that was like the ultimate vulnerability and just comes back to love as well. So yeah, I want him to just be able to like know what his feelings are, and there's like a saying that emotion trumps logic, and it's just so valid to me.
But not overly emotional where you're making emotional decisions. No, not like that. I mean like where you're making decisions out of emotions.
True.
So we want him to have a good head on his shoulders where he can make critical decisions and it not come from an emotional state. So like teaching him to like take a step back before he responds and to like pause and think and just take that time. Because I'm such an emotional person and like I would make decisions in an emotional way, but you're very good at not. This is why like I think we're like such a great couple because
yin yang.
Exactly. Because I am the type where like if something happens, I'm like I have to respond right now. I need to have the answer right away. And you're like, why don't you just take a step back and like think about it and like sit on it for a minute and then you can go back once you're not as like upset or angry or this or that, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's probably the right thing to do, and it always is.
Yeah.
I saw this TikTok or like a quote or something somewhere that was like, Shoot, now I forget it. Never mind. It was so good. This pregnancy.
So
thing.
good.
Shoot. It was something about like you can't see your reflection when the water is like rippling from a rock, but once the water is like calm and clear, like you're able to see your reflection. So it's like you can't
That's
make decisions. Deep. I know. See, it's like kind of coming back to me. I'm probably butchering it, and it was such a good video. But it was like if you can't see yourself because of the chaos, like don't make a decision yet. But if it's calm and your mind is calm, then it's time to make your decision.
Nice.
Deep.
I feel like that transitions to another value is perspective. It was just like being able to look at situations from point of views other than yourself, and like not passing judgment onto people, and just being confident in what you think and what others think.
Agreed.
Yeah.
No further explanation needed.
And we're all just people seeking love.
He's back to it.
So there's no need to hate or judge anyone or
No, it's
anything.
true.
And another thing that you can control is
another.
Love and perspective. Those are the two most important things.
Agreed. Yes.
Thanks, philosopher Ryan.
You've been quite the philosopher.
I have.
The past
I'm
couple
just-
videos.
I've just been, this baby's making me take a step back and just question my life.
So yeah, those are just some pillars of our family that we'll use to guide our parenting journey and our
In
family.
this pre-parenting
Yes.
depth
Yes.
journey, that's what we're thinking.
I feel like we can keep these. These are really,
Yeah.
really good pillars that I feel like won't change. Maybe like the reasoning behind them or like things underneath the pillars will
Yeah.
change. For the most part, they're pretty
But-
set in stone.
Well,
Like
we have
like
perspective,
Rome.
Melissa. We can change.
Totally. We have open minds,
Yes.
mindsets to
Open
knowing.
minds.
Yeah.
So, Melissa, let's talk about fears then now with these open minds. After I stuff my
being
mouth with this
vulnerable
big.
with our fears. So some fears that I've already shared with Ryan are just like the postpartum journey. We've been hearing a lot about just how like I'm going to change, how the hormones are going to change me mentally and physically, and just how you don't get a lot of sleep, so that's going to affect our relationship. And I just was telling Ryan that I want to be upfront about it now, before we're in the like depths of it all, being like, I'm feeling this, I'm feeling that, and like it coming from an emotional point of view. And I am just like nervous for that time. I'm so excited that he'll be here, but I'm just nervous about all that is to come when he's here, because it's so easy right now. He's just like right in there, and we get to like dream and talk about our lives. But
I'm nervous too. I think just knowing I don't know if this is appropriate to say, but I guess the division of responsibility, it's like we have things pretty easy right now, and how is it all gonna change? And obviously the baby needs you more than me. So like you're gonna feel like you're doing everything for the baby, so I have to like show up and be able to free you at points, but then I'm gonna have to do everything for the house. So it's like just weird finding the dynamic. But I think for me it's gonna be kind of like I hear you and I understand that it's a fear of yours, and I'm ready to show up and be adaptable. And I think that's really all I can do, right? Is show up, be ready to help you however I can, and be ready to tell you when I'm feeling overwhelmed, and likewise you. Open communication of like,
yes, open communication.
I need you to do this more, or I just need time to myself. And that, I think, transitions to something I'm afraid of, which I don't know if we should transition yet, because I didn't give you just a second to say anything else. But after that, with
nailed it.
alone time
Yeah.
is something that I'm a little afraid of, because I like my either morning or evening workouts, but I feel like the morning is going to be the time where you get your sleep, and I'm going to take the baby because you've been up through the night. So that's going to adapt for a little while, and then the evenings when we put them down and we're finding our new routine there. So again, just going to have to adapt, and like the health is the ultimate pillar for me, but I'll do it whenever I can.
I also feel like, along with alone time being so important to both of us, and like your workouts, and now that I'm doing Pilates, like I really want to continue to do that after he's born, once I'm like clear to go back. But I also think that together time, like alone together time, is so important to not lose our relationship. Because the whole reason that this is happening is because we chose each other to spend the rest of our lives together, and we wanted a baby to like start a family and to just like enhance our lives and not to like complete us and complete our relationship. So I just want to like make sure that like we're putting our relationship first and not losing ourselves and losing our relationship in being parents.
That's definitely a fear that I have too. But I think, like you said, that's the ultimate priority above even being a parent.
And that like kind of aligns with like not wanting to lose ourselves in parenting and not wanting to make parenting our whole personality.
We get to the end of our journey of having them in our house, and it's like, okay, now what? Who are you? Or like, the ultimate fear here is losing our relationship. So then, therefore, we've both said that our priority is that over everything. So if we just like remind each other that all the time and make each other feel special and loved and have conversations about our fears openly, that like we'll be able to make it through this massive change. And like create the boy that we want to create, and like the love that we want and the family we want, and like we'll stand on our porch and watch our kids run around our property.
Yep. The ultimate dream. That was in our vows. Like just remembering that and coming back to that. I think will definitely help. Nice. So what I'm gathering from all of this is that being intentional, open communication, and pregnancy really gets me. What was the third one? Intentional communication. Oh, and love.
How could you forget? I'm walking out of this car. Sorry, not funny joke.
So, open communication, being intentional, and love are what we need to always come back to for our relationship, for our family, and to remember of like how we want to raise our kids.
Yep, I'm with you. This is all a new journey for us and is likely going to change as we grow. So let us know in the comments anything that's helped you guys through your parenting journey or the transition to becoming new parents.
That you wish you knew at the beginning.
Yep, and we'll see you in the next video. Ta-ta.